physios at physiotherapy. Today what we're going to show you is a technique called dry needling, which we can use to rapidly improve pain, function and range of motion through joints and muscles. So we've got Bronte here today. We're going to have a quick look at her hamstrings because they're quite tight. So if you bend at the knee. So Bronte's hamstrings get to about here and we're feeling resistance. So what we're going to do, Bronte, if you want to roll over onto your tummy, we're going to use acupuncture needles, which are going to go straight into the muscle and release the tension. So these needles are generally pain-free. Some people can feel a bit of a ache or a heaviness through the leg or whichever part of the body we're using the needles in. But generally once they're in, they feel pretty good. So what we're doing is putting the needles into an area where the muscle is tight. So we have a feel through, feeling for where there's increased tension or where there's tender areas. So these tight muscles can cause pains. Often the pain is right over that muscle, but it can be in another area, which we call refetid pain. For Bronte, she's quite tight down the outside, so we're just going to put some needles into the outside. So you can get tight muscles for a number of reasons. Most common is, well actually not really most common, but one common one is from trauma. So a sporting injury, maybe you've rolled your ankle and the muscles around the area respond to try and protect the injury, and they become tight and spasmed, and what they end up producing is what we call trigger points, and you may know these as knots. Another reason that we can have muscle spasm is from mobilization. So if you've had a broken bone, say you broke your arm, and then the muscles around that joint or that bone become spasmed because they've been kept in one position for so long. Another reason can be from degeneration. So if you've got an arthritic knee, then the muscles around that knee are going to become spasmed, and that brings on more pain. Also postures, so repetitive posture, so repetitive bending can cause you to have back spasm. Repetitive or prolonged sitting, that can also cause problems, so prolonged postures. So it's a lot of different reasons that we get tight muscles, but regardless of the reason, any tight muscles can be treated with dry needling. So with the needles, we pop them in. They weren't painful, were they, Bronte?
No, they got fun.
Brilliant. So with the needles, what we can do is leave them in the muscle, or we can come along and we can give them a bit of a twist or a bit of a move around. And basically what it does is increases the blood flow into that area, which helps to wash away any toxins and waste products that have built up. So you'll know that when you go for a run or something like that, you can get really tight muscles and feel stiff because there's that lactate that's built up. So this is going to help to wash away the lactate because these muscles are constantly working. That's what's happening when they're tight. They're not relaxing, so they're building up all that waste, and what we're encouraging is the waste to be washed away and the muscle to relax off, which improves pain almost instantly and the range of motion through a joint because of the change in muscle length. So what we're going to quickly do is just give these needles a twist, just to stimulate those nerve fibers a little bit more, and then we'll just leave them. So what we can do with dry needling, we can treat a lot of different conditions. So anything from joint injuries, like I said, an ankle sprain, to knee problems, hamstring, calf, any kind of problems through there, chronic and acute back pain, things like tennis elbow, headaches as well is another great one that's helped by dry needling. So if you've got any of these problems, feel free to come in and we can have a chat with you about the needling and whether or not it would be suitable. So we've had these needles in for a couple of minutes. We'll take them out. Pop it there. So because the needles are so tiny, there's it's quite a small chance of any bleeding, and generally you can't even feel them being pulled out. And we're going to use the needles once so they're always nice and sharp. Now if you want to roll back over for me. Brilliant, legs down. I'm just going to bring this one up. Good. And we're straight straight away we've got an improvement in that range through Bronte's hamstring, and we've only left those needles in for a couple of minutes. So depending on the condition, depending on whether or not you've had needling done before, will vary how long we decide to leave the needles in. But yeah, if you think that you've got something that we can help you with, feel free to come in for an assessment. Otherwise, have a great day.